Holy moly. Welcome to the Showdown, or the road to the Showdown. Day numero 7. We are a full week into this run. I'm amazed at the matches that we have gotten so far. Excuse me. But yes, final day before break week. It's a good one. It's going to be very good, I should say. We've got 4 matches, as I mentioned, where we're going to see roughly, I'd say pretty much everyone, tying out in certain leagues. Yesterday, if you missed it, why? It was an epic show. Beyond belief. The match results that we got were through the roof as to what they were. But yeah, today, day 7, let's quickly run down the match card. Up first, it's Gunther versus Randy Orton in the Pink League. The Ring General versus the Viper will be hopefully an epic. From there, the straight edge superstar CM Punk takes on Finn frickin' Balor. Or the Demon in this case. After that, Chelsea Green takes on Rhea Ripley. And our main event, it's the Battle of Fatal Influence, as Jasmine Nix takes on Fallon Henley. What a way, what a means to kick off tonight's show. I'm stoked for this as a whole. It's going to be epic. So, let us focus in on that first matchup. Randy versus Gunther. Obviously, only one can go up in the series. Who will do it? How about we find out right about now? Into the underground we go for this, our opening bout of the evening. As the Viper coming out first for this one, with the television championship in his hands.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 295 pounds, the undisputed television champion, the Viper, Randy
Orton coming into tonight looking to get some dubs. Losing in the opening bout of the tournament to Shawn Michaels. He's here going up against, I'd say, another difficult opponent in Gunther, who we know also is looking for his first win in this tournament. So, one of these two stars will earn their first tasting of points in this Showdown bracket matchup. Speaking of the Showdown, we'll kind of touch on the Pink League as a whole as we round out our first week of action. But let's talk about this man.
and his opponent, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 250 pounds,
A few days ago, Thursday I should say, Gunther took on Roman Reigns in a losing effort. That matchup realistically was dominated by the Samoan on the island of relevancy. Tonight, Gunther is here to make a bounce back, make a statement that he deserves to be in this tournament. Selected as a top performer in IPW to fill out this Pink League. He needs to realistically step up and prove his worth if he is to potentially lay stakes to championships in the future. But going up against the current reigning television champion, it certainly is a good standing to be in as we get underway with the opening bout of the evening. And Gunther, looking potentially here for a Boston Crab, actually locks it in. Randy fights out of it. Locks in his own submission hold. Battle of the submissions in the early goings. But they tie up here now to try and slow down the pace. Gunther overpowering Randy in this lockup. They go toe-to-toe yet again. And it's interesting. A very clean break between these two when they tied up the first initial time. I'm surprised Gunther did not go for the cheap shot. Randy this time overpowering Gunther. Will we get the same show of respect? Indeed we do. Gunther, though, comes out quicker in the shot. A nice uppercut to the back there. So let's talk about the Pink League here. After 1 week of action, this match will obviously give us another star, maybe on 2 or 3 points. And at the top of the division, there's 2 stars currently sat there in Roman Reigns and Will Ospreay. We will see, obviously, the closing match of this second round on a week on Monday, which will be Shawn Michaels and Jacob Fatu. So we'll see either Michaels go as the third man on 6 point or tied alongside Jacob Fatu on 3 points if Jacob is to win. But that we won't find out until a week's time, as we mentioned. But the division as a whole is very broad in terms of people doing well, and I've got to commend IPW management for the scheduling they have put together for this tournament. We're seeing a lot of even bouts to kick us off so that the divisions aren't as heavy, aren't as one-sided. And honestly, from my perspective, not knowing how they will shape up as the shows go on, it's great from my perspective considering I'm watching every match. But turning our attention into this match, Randy put out that drop kick, busting open Gunther. Is the ring general not really able to compete in the ring right now, as Randy is just battering him on the outside of the square circle. Nice knee drop there. The issue is we're up to a 6 count. Randy needs to bring him back into the ring. Bear in mind, both these stars looking for 3 points. Nice get-up attack there from Gunther. If they aren't able to secure 3 points here, they are certainly in a bit of a predicament, sitting towards the bottom of the table in the Pink League. And after fighting twice, being trapped on 0 points is never good. As it stands, there are very few stars in that regard that are sat on 0 points. Outside of Jacob Fatu, as there's the rear naked choke locked in here by Gunther. Trying to tap out Randy. Not going to be able to do so. Randy fights out of the grasp of Gunther. But yet, in the Pink League, everyone is scoring points. That's the good thing. Tonight we'll see 2 points or 3 points going over to 1 star. At least. So the middle of the pack will remain a very middle of the pack sort of thing. But yeah, this matchup as a whole, very back and forth. Gunther in control right now. Randy had the control on the outside, but oh my word. Just being boot choked across that top turnbuckle. Very nasty maneuver there. Gunther's watching on here. Waiting for Randy to return to a vertical base. Both these stars doing something. The voices in Randy's head being felt. He comes through, firing a combination into Gunther. Fall away slam from Randy. Forces the ring general into the corner. Crawling to buy space. But Randy's quickly on top of him. Up and down a wacky line to the back of the head. And the Viper, he's coiling up for the RKO. Precise, calculated shot from out of nowhere. But Gunther able to stay alive and come back firing with his own powerbomb. Crumples Randy up into the pin, but not the win just yet. Orton staying in it with a kick out in a nick of time. Both these stars really firing up. Randy especially. The 2K comeback. The power slam. Sets Gunther up for a bit of vintage Orton. Stupid. Boom. Planted down. Orton. The crowd lighting up as he delivers it straight in front of them. Mounts onto Gunther. Firing vicious strikes. The build up, the climax to another RKO. Orton into the cover, the television champion. Not able to win just yet. Gunther staying alive. Showing real grit and determination here. But Orton staying on top. Fighting with all his might. Continuing to punish and coiling up for a third time. This time trying to scoop up Gunther but cannot do so. Gunther capitalizing on the mistake here from Randy. Applying pressure to the leg. Making it uncomfortable for Orton to really get any form of offense down. Shots coming in. Heavy and hard. But the ring general, he knows what he's doing. Takes the back of Orton. A seatbelt suplex there. Brings Orton to the mat. A choke locked in here. Orton could be fading. Gunther not going to get the submission. Orton fights out of his grasp. And Randy sensing he is in danger. Gunther catches him though. Big time lariat ducked. Orton mounts him with a Des Prez. And the punches fly down. Both men giving it their all. The ring general trying to buy space on the outside. Orton trying to find him. Cannot do so. Referee issues a 10 count here. Orton returns to the ring. Hooks up Gunther. Picks him into a position where he can just snake eyes him A lawn dart of such goes down for a 2 count. Orton trying with all his might to secure victory here. But Gunther meeting him at every stage of the way with resiliency. As Viper once again coils for the 3rd or 4th time in this match. He sends Gunther running into a back elbow. Gunther fires up. Grabs a hold of Randy. Lion Tamer locked in. Wrenching back. The television champion in trouble as he taps out. And the ring general secures victory over Randall Keith Orton. And this is a massive victory as the ring general, beltless in this tournament, puts his name forward as a potential challenger to Randy's belt. A great back and forth effort from both stars. Only one can walk away with the belt. With the victory. Gunther heads up to 3 points here in this tournament. And Randy Orton, the television champion, still sat on 0. A surprising outcome to say the least. That is his point total at the end of round 2. But you have to say Orton has put on a lot of good showings in this tournament. He's not been fangless. He's very much tried to bite the head off his opponent. But they're too strong. And he's forced to tap out here.
Here is your winner,
The ring general secures a massive victory here tonight. But 2 stars looking to join him in the victory column. Mr. CM Punk. And I guess you could call him Mr. Demon, Finn Balor. Only one can join him in that dub column. But who will it be? Both stars are solid combatants. They bring explosivity and a style that's second nature to them. The Demon here really needs to secure the dub here in the Green League, as he wants to take control, sit alongside The Rock as a number 1 seeded star in the division. But that we'll have to see as we ready ourselves for this match. CM Punk, the Demon, coming to your screens right now. Oh boy, I'm ready for a taste of this. As the beats of the heart hit the arena. The crawl around the ring. Breathes us into the sight of the former undisputed television champion. We welcome the Demon to the underground.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, the Demon, Finn
Night 1 of this Showdown tournament. The Demon was in action in our co-main event. In a back and forth brawl with AJ Styles. A couple of 1916s. Gave him the dub. Now, making his long-awaited return into the underground. The Demon hunts for another victory. Tonight, his prey is a straight-edge superstar, a legend of the game, a man who's gone through many different monikers of himself. Who will come out on top? As Balor, looking determined, fierce, ready to brawl. The Demon is a different kind of being. One that takes the dark side of Finn Balor and elevates it to a new supernatural level. No one, and I mean no one, typically can hang with Balor in this moniker. We shall see if someone can do so in this tournament. There are a lot of names competing in the Green League, of which one is looking to do that tonight. As the cult of personality being heard around the underground. We welcome CM Punk. He shaved his hair especially for this one, as the crowd firmly behind him. Entering this bout, as the lines of the sand are met, it's clobbering time.
And his opponent from Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Punk, we know, is a man on a mission. He's not here to make friends. He's here to make the moolah, as well as win championships. The Showdown is a showcase of the very best in the world. And Punk fits nicely in that category. We've seen him from his straight edge days in IPW to now his old veteran self. That vindictive look, that maniacal feel. We get underway with this match, and it's interesting. Typically speaking, when we see people fight the Demon, a part of them changes. Tonight, we've obviously seen a change already happen, as the straight edge look and feel of Punk not here. Instead, it is old guy Punk. The man for business needs is here, as the matchup may be requiring this feel of Punk. The Demon is a hard man to stop, to deal with. on any good day. But in this situation, in the road to the showdown, it feels like he stepped up his efforts to realistically take down his opponent. An early cover here from Balor, only getting the 1 count. And yeah, the Green League, it's a similar story to the pink one. There's no real set leader outside of The Rock set on 6 points. Balor's looking to join him up there tonight. That is a difficult feat to achieve if he has to go through CM Punk. But we could potentially see only The Rock on 6 points at the end of tonight. Now, we won't, obviously, as I said in the previous bout, know who will be, well, the full standing is round 2 until a week on Monday, where it'll be Seth Rollins and Kenny Omega in that opening rendition to the week. That'll be a bit of a back and forth action. But Rollins would be looking for 3 points. Omega has the opportunity to join The Rock on 6 as well. So we could very much see a tie at the top of the standings between 3 people if Balor and Omega win their respective round 2 bouts. Or we get a very much tie between everyone else, with Punk winning tonight and Rollins on the start, well, the end of round 2. Punk, if we focus in on this match, I think fought off that shotgun dropkick, now heading to the top rope, setting up for the diving elbow drop, just sliding across the body as he delivers that high impact maneuver for a 2 count. Balor on the receiving end of a heck of a lot of punishment from Punk, who comes running in with a knee, follows it up with the Bulldog. A very vicious strike there from Punk. Signature offense of him though, and he sets him up into the GTS. Balor out the back instead now. 19-16, planting CM Punk center of the ring, down for the count. But only a 2 off the back of that, and Balor sensing tide are turning in his favor. The crowd aren't worthy of this match, that's for damn sure. This is back and forth action from the get-go. Punk catches the boot, grabs a hold of Balor, side Russian leg sweep, drops the Demon, but the Demon does not stay down for long. Balor back to a vertical base, Punk stuck on the ground, being stomped on by Balor. As this matchup was always set to deliver. Both stars really at the top of their game. Punk coming through with a combination of strikes, hooks Balor up and does the deal, the Falcon Arrow. Is that the precursor in this case to the GTS? No, it's a combination of slaps. But a boot that comes through, caught, dragon screwed, down to the mat. And Balor comes flying through with his own striking offense. Dropping the elbow down onto Punk. The Demon, he senses it's time for him to win, but Punk caught, cannot land his strike, instead hooked up. Bloody Wednesday planted. Balor into the pin. Only a 2, and the frustration starting to show. Balor cannot get it done just yet. Irish whip reversal out there from Punk, stomps in, puts the boot down to Balor. Balor catches it in the corner though, comes through. And the Demon sizing up his target. Snapmare, a boot to the back, a PK-esque type kick. Kicks coming through in vicious combination to Pele as well. Balor connecting. And I think he senses blood in the water. Coup de grace connecting to Punk. Center of the ring into the pin. 1, 2. Only 2 for that. Punk giving it his all to survive the Demon. Balor watching on, lying in wait as he waits for Punk to get to his feet. Okay, I have no clue what's going on. The Demon using his demonic power to force a mistake. A referee issuing an 8 count. Balor not what the fuck? Well, Punk's victorious by a count out. So that's 2 points to him. Balor gets 1. I mean, I don't know what I could say about this match. The Demon's powers too strong for himself? I don't know. But it was a great battle back and forth until a count out. I mean, what? An unforced count out. Balor was stood there. Anywho, we get Cult of Personality playing Punk his victory serenade. I mean, I don't know what to call this, but I do know one thing. We're heading to the Gold League for our co-main event, as Chelsea Green takes on Rhea goddamn Ripley. I feel like they had to say, so they're trying to give Rhea the Seth Rollins thing of Rhea Bloody Ripley. It doesn't work. In my mind, it's so forced. Anyway, enough of that. You can tell I definitely watched Money in the Bank last night. Pretty good. I'll not spoil results to it, but it was a good show. I feel certain elements were dumb, but it is what it is. Anywho, who's ready for a bit of an eradicator to blow off the roof? Actually, before we talk about that, let's kind of look at the Green League. Balor, sitting on 4 points now, sits in second in the division. Punk, now at 2 points, does not sit in last, which is fair. The only man that sits in last is AJ Styles, as Rollins has his match against Kenny Omega to still happen, so we can't really class him as last. But yeah, we'll see. There's still 5 more matches to go in this tournament for each man. So that'll be a nice juicy tasting of battles. So, with that in mind, we shift our attention over to the Gold League. A Gold League that's got one out-and-out favorite in Liv fucking Morgan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, Chelsea Green.
Tonight, Green looking for a first tasting sprinkling of points against Rhea Ripley, who also, I believe, is in the pathway towards some more points, only securing a count-out victory last time out. And we look at this division. Liv Morgan sits atop of it with 6 points. Our last bout in this area will be Mandy versus Mercedes. Mandy looking to go up to 6 points as well. Monet needs to get some points on the board as well. She's sat on 0. But a woman who can move up to second.
And her opponent from Adelaide, South Australia, Rhea
Is Rhea Bloody Ripley. The Eradicator. Wanting to move up in the division. Tonight, she can do so by beating Chelsea Green, the former television champ. The crowd last night at Money in the Bank was very much behind Rhea. The loudest pops of the night. But it wasn't enough to secure victory at Money in the Bank. Tonight, she's going into this looking to secure, in her mind, an easy dub against Chelsea Green. But that may not be the case as both women come firing out with big boots. Rhea comes through, though, with the first combination. And brings Chelsea down to the mat, stomping away at Green. Chelsea takes the legs out from underneath Rhea and starts to go to work. Just raking down the back. Rhea fights out of the waist lock. Just slams Chelsea down into the floor once again. Collar and elbow tie up in the early goings. Should favor Mommy. Indeed, this first one has. She just overpowers Green. And yet again, for the second time, just pushes her into the ropes. Ref Gregory looking for a clean break. Not going to get it as Mommy just drops in a shot into Chelsea. And once again, the third and final time these two women will tie up. Green overpowered. And Ripley fires through with an extra shot at the end. Scoop and a slam there from Mommy. dropping Green. Ripley is having her way with Chelsea right now. Just taunting, causing issues for the former television champ. Ripley sending Green over the top rope. Green quickly back to vertical base. A massive thrust kick as well. Both women battling here on the outside. Trading reversed positions. Green gets the better of the exchange. Takes down Mommy. But she comes back for a second dosage. And again, she brings Mommy down to the mat. Stomping away at Ripley. Rhea comes back, a combination, busts open Green. That flash of red just now gonna trickle down the face of Chelsea. Mommy watching on. As the count goes up and up, we're up to 6. Ripley back into the ring at the count of 7. Green back in at 8. Northern Light suplex there from Ripley. Dropping Green into the pin. Down for a 2. Mommy firing back. Maintaining wrist control with these lariats. Ended out. Not with a Rainmaker, instead a dropkick. Ripley has been in control firmly in this match. As what's this? Piper Niven is here in the underground, making her presence known. Coming to ringside, distracting Ripley. The Secret Hervis in full effect, setting Rhea up for the unpretty her. Green capitalizing on the distraction, lands her finish. Capitalizing on it, continuing to strike, pummel Ripley. The turning of the tides in this match. Massive as Green into the cover. 1, 2. Somehow Ripley kicks out. But Green needed that distraction, needed her allies to protect her. And now can unload, can punish Ripley. Chelsea calling her shots. Waiting for Ripley to get to a vertical base. Sends her running. Drop down from Green. A back elbow of her own. This one unfortunately won't bust open the Eradicator. But Ripley has a hold of Green. Electric chair position and just a face buster. Planting down Chelsea. Dragging the carcass of the former television champion towards the center of the ring. The Eradicator looking to eradicate Green with the prism trap locked in. Green, will she tap out? No, the hold's broken. And Ripley sizing an opportunity. Going behind Green. She calls her to her feet. Ahead of a double axe. That was a lot of time wasted, and Chelsea going to capitalize on it. Sends Ripley into the corner. Goes for the knee, but misses. Ripley grabbing a hold of Green. Green out the back door, taking a reverse DDT. A float over slip. Or a Scorpion Death Drop, I guess. Ripley fighting with all her might. Green doing the same. Chelsea, again, Irish whip sends Ripley into the corner. Ripley wise to it again. Catches her. Chelsea comes running in. Takes the back. Hooking up Ripley for the pretty her. A second one. Crawling, scampering into the cover is Green. And so close to a victory over the Eradicator. Chelsea is pulling out all the stops here tonight. Ripley still bloody fighting. Fired up now is Rhea. Looking to call a shot, comes charging in. A missile drop kick in the corner. And now has Green hooked up for the Riptide. Stacks her up for the win. Honestly, this was so close to being a Chelsea Green victory. But no, the Eradicator only needed one Riptide to put an end to Chelsea's, I guess you could say, resurgence in this match. A great matchup, certainly one of the best in this tournament so far. In terms of great competition. But for now, what people will see is a 3-0 point split in favor of Rhea Ripley and Chelsea Green. A massive matchup between these two. Could only end one way. The expected outcome, a Riptide, the stacking of the body, and the 3 count in favor of Mommy.
Here is your winner, Rhea Ripley.
Great performance here. But we're not done tonight. As we have our main event, Fatal Influence implodes here on the road to the Showdown. The champion, Fallon Henley, goes one-on-one with the protege. The woman in singles action that just seems to get the job done. Jasmine Nix. Who will be victorious? We will have to find out, as both women will want the dub here. Both will throw it all on the line. So, let's get going as Fatal Influence do battle. This is going to be epic. Both women know what's at stake. It's 3 points. As we look at the Teal League as a whole, Fallon wants 3 points to sit atop of the division.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring, representing Fatal Influence from New York, Jack Man
Nix is looking to play upset. Win in this division, there's no leader. It's 3 points split across the board. Lose and, well, completely different story. Fallon comes first and sits atop a division on 6 points. The league realistically wants to keep the champ in check and make this as interesting as possible. But when it's two members of the same faction battling, the potential chance of collusion could happen. But we shall see as we get ourselves a welcome from the champ.
And her opponent, representing Fatal Influence from Chelsea, Michigan, the undisputed Women's World Champion, Fallon Henley.
Think tonight, the champ and her opponent matching gear, showing a united front regardless of this match. Fatal Influence are fine and are on the same page. As the chant for NXT fills the arena, both top stars in NXT, as we say, repping Fatal Influence. Springboard forearm out of the gates early from Nyx, and we know that this matchup is going to be a good one, as both women should know each other very well and know what the other is thinking. The champ taking risk control here in the early goings. Nyx reverses out of it, slamming Fallon into the mat. Coming through with some vicious strikes as well. You have to feel maybe these two decided beforehand they were just going to throw it all on the line and battle in this one. Nyx so far doing incredibly well. Nice spinning out slam. Very much a variation of Nightwing from Lyra Valkyria being utilized there from Nyx, as she takes waist control here in this one. Henley being wrenched on. The abdomen being crushed. Nice reversal there from the champ. Brings Nyx down into a headlock. Taking mount, wrenching herself on that position. Nyx is tapping, it looks like. The referee not gonna class that as a submission win, but Henley is still working over Nyx, who's forced to fight out of it. The punches come through, and they tie up for a third time. We'll get the better of this exchange. Fallon does, sending Nyx down. But Nyx ready for the following up shot. But these shots could not be predicted as the champ goes to work. Sending Nyx into the ropes. Kitchen sink. And Henley into the cover. A kick out at one from Nyx, who's now in the realm of the champion. Trapped on the mat. Fallon calls up Nyx. We saw this by Rhea fail, but this time the missile dropkick connects from Fallon. Easy maneuvers from the champ. Trying to just scold maybe the rookie. And Jasmine Nyx. To the second rope goes Fallon. Calling up Nyx. Up and over, blockbuster. Into the pin goes the champ. Looking for victory here. A 2 count off the back of it. Jasmine realistically unable to get going. Catches though Fallon out of the Famouser. Plants her with the powerbomb. And Jasmine Nyx could potentially turn the tide to this match, but a drop down from the champ. And then a drop kick takes over the situation. Now just stretching out Nyx. These two women very close. Fallon, I think, made a mistake here, taunting on the top rope. Nyx going to capitalize and connect with that knee, setting Fallon up for something here. What could it be? The champ slow to her feet, caught on the back, torture rack into the knee. Oh my word. Nyx utilizing her striking game. It's like an inverse GTS. Just planting Fallon to the mat. But the champion, so resilient. The knee, that Triple H type knee, comes through from Nyx. A spinning heel kick. Oh my word. The champion on Dream Street. As Nyx is taking it to her leader. Showing that she is, showing her worth to Fatal Influence. Jasmine is going berserk in this one. Our main event is delivering as the underdog is bringing it to the champ. Jasmine sizing up Fallon again onto the torture rack position. Up and down with the knee, and it's busted open the champ. The pinfall attempt. A 1, 2. Oh, so close to the upset of the century. Fallon trying to cover up, but cannot protect herself from these strikes. Again, a pinfall attempt from Nyx. And the champion barely lifting that shoulder off the mat. But now, Henley taking control. The champion getting froggy with it. Connecting. Again, calling her shot. You can see her face angry. She springboard around. Blockbuster taking down Nyx into the pin. She goes. 1, 2. And a kick out by Nyx. Henley struggling. That neck breaker. Typically a precursor to the beginning of the end. The kick to the knee. And a hoedown. Planting Jasmine into the pin for the win. No, not just yet. Visible signs of frustration out of Henley as her trainee, her rookie, defiant, realizing these 3 points aren't as easy as she expected. Fallon spearing Nyx to the outside. Maybe looking for a count-out win here. But no. Henley maintaining the pressure. Just wrenching down on the ankle. Jasmine in trouble here. Stuck on the outside with a very angry champion. Who's again working over the leg of her rookie, realizing Jasmine's offense predominantly is kicks, so taking out her lead leg. Smart from the champ, who brings her back into the ring. We're not getting a count-out victory just yet, as Fallon sizing up Nyx, the boot caught, the step-up into Guri, the follow-up. The champion in trouble as a 2K comeback from Nyx comes through. The boot caught. Take out the back leg. Nyx is fired up. The champion in trouble. Against her rookie, a pinfall attempt. 1. An easy kick out from Fallon. Nyx needs to go deep into the well to secure the dub. The Superman punch is evaded by Fallon. And the champion, her strikes caught. Nyx sending Fallon running again. The big kick to the face. A pinfall attempt from Nyx. 1, 2. 3 is not in time. Nyx can't connect the spinning uppercut from Fallon as she returns to a vertical base. The champ, sizing an opportunity, misses with the boot. Nyx and Fallon know each other so goddamn well that they're meeting each other every step of the way. Nyx working over the leg. Henley in trouble in the drop zone. Nyx calls her up. Misses with the kick. Henley capitalizing on it. Just the world's strongest slam from Henley. And the champion calling, sizing up the opportunity. But can she capitalize? Nyx says no. Nyx sending the champ running. A drop down. A grabbing hold of the waist, and Fallon fights out of it. Hooks her up. Gut wrench position and a toss to follow that up. And the champ is done with Nyx. The kick sets up for a hoedown. And the head of Nyx goes snapping back. And victory is secured for the champ. Coming into this match, expectations were maybe Nyx was just going to lay down for Henley and give her 3 nice points, but no. Both women put on a show tonight. At moments I thought Jasmine Nyx was going to beat Fallon Henley. But that isn't the outcome. It required 2 hoedowns to secure victory. It wasn't pretty for the champ. Jasmine Nyx gave it her all. Busted her open. And then did some more damage. That kick there, I thought maybe it was it, but that final hoedown came through.
Here is your winner, Fallon Henley.
And the champion takes firm control of the Teal League. A great bout to round out the evening. Hello, it's me. Again, I've been here the entire time. Fallon Henley, what can I say? A woman who delivers every occasion that she is competing. But Jasmine Nyx, we said at the start of that match, she has that different mentality in singles bouts where she just steps up and takes it to her opponent. That was so goddamn close to being a Nyx victory. But the record states Fallon with the dub here in probably match of the tournament. We've had 2 of them tonight. I certainly enjoyed that. The electricity of today to round out week 1. It was phenomenal. But yeah, let's take a look at what you're expecting to see in a week on Monday. Mandy Rose, Mercedes Moné is your opener. Lyra Valkyria versus Michelle McCool in the second bout. Seth frickin' Rollins and Kenny Omega in your co-main event. And the main event of that show, Jacob Fatu, the former television champion, battles the former undisputed world heavyweight champion, Shawn Michaels. You don't want to miss it, because I'm pumped, excited for everything that can happen on the road to the Showdown. Week 1 now in the books. 3 more weeks of brutal action to come. Next week's match of the week, if you want to know that. Oh my word, it's a battle of the Bullet Club. Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, you don't want to miss that. That rounds out the week. So, a week today, you'll see Kenny and AJ in the main event. That's going to be a good one. But I'm Dunsky. For a while, there's no primetime, no breakdown action happening. I will see you a week tomorrow. Peace out.